I don't want to pay the monthly rent. I don't want to pay my bills, or if I'm paying it, it should be mine. Sometimes you don't know it all. This is paradise. So I don't believe that life is just full of negative. There's always something that you can get out of it, like a positive thing. After every hardship, there's ease. You have to believe that one day, there will be rainbows out of this storm. And maybe I'm the one who has no talent.
Hello friends. Today we are back with yet another guest and her story. Today's our guest is all the way from Philippines. Her name is AJ Isnaji. Today she is here to share her story with us on real estate investment in Philippines, her journey through pandemic, and life in Philippines in general. So stay tuned with this episode to the end and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hi AJ, how are you today?
Hello Rashmita, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you for doing this episode with us.
Sure, my pleasure. It's nice to see you again.
So let's start with who is AJ Isnaji?
Well, I'm just an ordinary girl living a regular work, shall I say. But what makes me different is that I always take every day a moment to cherish. Because, life is so short. We don't know what will happen the next day. And we don't know if we are still okay or not okay. So every moment counts. So we walk on this life, just being happy, just being thankful that at least we have food on our table, we have roof over our head, and we have our own family who loves us. So I think that's what really matters day by day.
So how is your life in Manila?
Actually, my hometown is, I came from Zamboanga City and I studied there. I spent my teenage life in Zamboanga City. So I went to Manila to work, and this is not my hometown. And I'm just here to make a living. And luckily, I was able to adapt the city life and make it more fun. Although I've been living alone most of the case because my family is far away from me. So I come from a far most southern part of the Philippines, where I grew up there. And I'm currently here in Manila to live, to work.
Okay. And AJ, in which area you were?
I started to work with investment team, and then I got my promotion and transferred to the research department now.
We would like to know your interest in real estate. How did it all start? You come from a small, faraway town or a smaller city than Manila. Then you shift to Manila. And then what inspired you to get into the real estate market of Manila?
So actually, what paved way to my real estate investment is that I don't want to pay the monthly rent. So every time the bill is coming on my door, I feel so sad, like, why am I paying this? So I just want that someday, I don't have to pay anymore by getting one for myself. So that's how it really started. And alhamdulillah, after each one, was able to make another one. And then it becomes like which place I go next or which place I get next. So it happened when, that what really saddened you or what you really don't like, that turns out to be what you really like then now.
So it is not, I'm sure it is more than just saying that I don't want to feel this, right?
Correct. I don't want to pay my bills, or if I'm paying it, it should be mine.
True. So what I'm trying to understand from you is that, AJ, that is like the wish, right? That is your intent. But then how did you make yourself educated about the real estate market? Because it's not like that way I don't want to pay my rent. I don't own my own property. I just go buy random house on a plan.
Actually, I also started nothing. Like, I don't know anything about it. I learned it from scratch. So each time I process the documents, the titles, everything, that I have to learn it for myself. And I don't hire anyone like an agent to help me because I don't want to spend more and because I'm just a starter. So I do it on my own. And then after which, I was able to know the nitty gritty of each document. So that's how, that's how it really started. When you want something, you have to work for it. And naturally, it comes back to you. And all of a sudden, you know all of this because there's interest in getting what you like. So I think for me, that's really important. You don't have to be, you know it all. Sometimes you don't know it all. Nobody knows all. So it just happens because you just want to get it and you work hard for it. I think that's what, really matters. Of course, you do a little research, like property management is nice. Which location would you prefer? Is it near to your work? So ultimately, I found the one that fits me, which is near to my work at that time. So because I don't want to commute to go to work, that is far distance from me. So I tried to find a place that is like 10 minutes or at least walking distance to my work. So that's where I found the place. So that's where how you realize that your property is now becoming like double the price, triple the price. But luckily at that time where I found the place, and at that time the real estate is not that expensive. So I was able to find one near to the biggest mall in the Philippines. So that's where I double and make money out of it and use the other spread or the net gain of it to buy another one. So that's how it started. So that's how I earned and started, like realizing day by day, each process I take, oh, okay, I have to go this because of this, because of that. So, it's actually a learning process. It's not that it happens to me like I know all, no. Doesn't. I just have to, maybe the luck comes in, or, you just want something that you really want to work hard for it. I think that really matters.
So, what thought process or what made you go for another property? For an investment, right? This property was for an investment.
Yeah, okay. So, I think the reward of knowing that you did something right and you've been rewarded with such amount that, oh, after doing this, okay, I got something out of it and it's really good. So why not, expand another? So I've been, I've been a tourist and admit that I love traveling a lot. And so I've been visiting places around the Philippines, and fortunately I was able to do so. There's this one place when I was visiting there. Oh my God, it hooked me right away. I was thinking like, this is paradise. This is something that, you need to stay. That this is something that you need to buy a piece of lot, to be able to like enjoy the living here because it's really nice. The beach, the lagoons, the mountains, the people, the food are, excellent. So one time when I was traveling to one of the parts of the Philippines, namely Coron, I fell in love with it right away. Like, I was with my office mates, and whenever I step outside, I keep on asking, do you know where I can buy the lot? And my friends were there, like, they were like, okay, we go swimming, we go, island hopping. But me, if there's a chance that I could ask a passerby or a tricycle driver or somebody, like, an individual, like I asked, do you know somewhere where I can buy like a piece of land like that? So it's all started there, like the interest of traveling and finding a place where you want to, live, or you want to at least have a piece of your own. It works like unexplainable because you just want to, you're there because you are spending your holiday, but you think that because you had another property and you want another one, why not, try it here too? And I'm not from there. I'm not actually from there. I'm from the southern part of the Philippines and I work in Manila. and the place is another side of the country. So, I mean, just how can I work it on? Like, but, like I said, what interests you, what, finds you joy, you have to go for it. And once you do it, it doesn't feel like work. It's just like, okay, you want to push it and get it, So it's just the rewarding effect that you feel when you are able to get one. So, I mean, you just have to find your passion. You just have to find your interest, what really suits you. So the first thing that I had, because I don't want to pay the rent, the next time I went is that I was a tourist. I was like, okay, I think I can buy a lot here, that, like, okay, I think it's possible. So you just have to explore. And also, after that, every time I go to Coron, it's just not I spend there for nothing, because I have to check my lot, I have to check the paper. So it's it's not just vacation. Like, of course, the lot will appreciate later on, like it doubles, triples the price. So what I'm spending now for my travel will offset the expenses that I do for island hopping, for checking the place, you know what I mean. So for me, it's just like having a vacation with a side trip that, you have something in return that will earn to offset all these expenses that you've been doing to enjoy. I hope it makes sense.
It does make sense. But then what do you do with these properties? They are not just at lying either. Do you give them for rent? Or what do you do with them?
Plan to do it like a breakfast, bed and breakfast, bed and breakfast facility. I started to do it before pandemic, but unfortunately I got struck and hit by pandemic. So of course the tourism went from 100 to the negative, a rate. So really, pandemic really hit the real estate as well as the tourism industry in that place. Yeah, but like I said, if you choose a property and that is, near to the downtown, where there's a lot of happenings going on and people are coming back and forth, I mean, even if you don't do anything to that lot, it will, like, it will just add and add its own value, because some of your neighbors are already building establishments. So of course you cannot sell it like what was before, when, let's say, a big hotel is already at the front of your spot, right? So luckily, I was able to save some of that proceeds, and because of pandemic, properties are on negative value, right? So I mean, they are on depreciation amount. So what I did is that I have to get another one so that I can replenish what I've lost. So what I mean is that I did not lose anything. In fact, I just added one, right? So it's just finding what is a treasure behind bad circumstance. Like, of course, it's not whole. I don't believe that life is just full of negative. There's always something that you can get out of it, like a positive thing. It doesn't have to be that, you lost, or these circumstances or these challenges will put me down or will drown me. No. You have to just find ways on how to cope up, on how to establish, or how to regain back that energy or that path where you thought that you lost.
So on that note, AJ, let me ask, what motivates you? What keeps you going? Because at some point, when things are not going as per your expectation, or some hurdles come that you didn't foresee, that you had not thought of, what makes you so positive, so motivated that you say, okay, and come out of it and come out heavily victorious? What makes you go?
I'm not saying that I'm really victorious, but I'm trying to be, at least gain what I've just, lost, and try to bring back the one that I thought was gone. So in every challenge, when I am faced with a challenge, I always think that, in Quran, there's a saying that after every hardship, there's ease. So, you just have to be patient, and you just have to be positive that these days won't last, these bad days won't last. There's always be a good thing from the bad thing. So, just bear patience that one day, all of these downturns that is not on your side will eventually be on your side one day. And it's not a wasting of time and it's not a wasting of moment. It's actually those bad moments will incur or will teach you something good. You'll be stronger, you will learn something new, you will learn about yourself more, you will learn what are your capabilities are, you will learn your strength as well as your weaknesses. So all of this is just, like a teaching lesson. It's just a lesson that you have to learn. And when you reach that, the next time that it will happen, at least you're now wiser and more smarter. So it doesn't necessarily mean that if you face a challenge, you have to be, depressed. I mean, you have to believe that one day, there will be rainbows out of this storm.
You put it in such a nice way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your dark days shouldn't make you depressed. Rather, you should find a way out of it.
Correct.
To the rainbow.
Yeah. And learn out of it.
True. But then how you mentioned tourists, I've seen a couple of photos of Philippines and beaches of Philippines. In fact, one of my friend's mother comes from Philippines. And once in lifetime, I would personally want to go to Philippines.
Sure, you are very much welcome here anytime, Rashmita.
Thank you so much. So tell us about tourists and tourism in Philippines. Which are the famous places to visit, or what is so special about Philippines apart from the spectacular beaches, and from where the maximum tourists come?
Actually, if you want to visit the Philippines, you will need months because there are like 7,107 islands around. So you have to, spend a lot of time to see these places. And these places are different and entirely unique from the other. Like, it's not like they're the same. Of course, some may have like spots like beaches, but the other one will offer you a different thing, like the mountains, the hills, the animals that you can find. I mean, it's a really different adventure or different things that you can enjoy here. So, of course, you can start in Coron, which I highly recommend, and it's been one of the most visited, internationally claimed, most visited spot in the Philippines. So you can start to visit Coron, and then you can also start to visit Boracay, which is known for the long stretch of beaches with parties, with restaurants. I mean, there's a lot of things to do like water activities, and the Philippines has opened its market for tourism, and it made sure that these spots are all accessible and all affordable to tourists like you.
That's so wonderful. Yeah. Then I think in near future I will take a trip to Philippines. Tell me, I'm curious about the Philippines culture now. How many languages are there in Philippines, and is there a main national language?
Everyone can speak Tagalog. That's the language the Filipinos. It's Tagalog. So I think there are a bunch of dialects like from different tribes around. Let's say I'm from Zamboanga, so I can speak the dialect of Chavacano. And we have this group, which is a Muslim group, also in the southern part of Zamboanga. So, I mean, there's a lot of dialects in one area. So, you can speak Chavacano, you can speak Tausug, you can speak Tiacan, you can speak Bisaya, there's a lot of ethnic groups that contributes to these locals. So they contribute to the language, to the dialects that they speak, and also to the food. Because, there's no specific language that you can speak. There's a lot of it which you can actually hear.
So AJ, one last view on your real estate journey. To sum it up, what is your message to somebody who wants to get into the real estate market and knows absolutely nothing but has a deep inclination and aspiration to go into it? What will you say?
Wow, like Miss Universe. My answer is I think everyone has need to get her own space. I think that's very important because it's not only that it's a want, it's a basic need to have your own space, to have your own place to call your home. So I think if opportunity does not give you luck or doesn't compensate enough, then there's a lot of things that you can, or there's a lot of strategy that you can use. Maybe you can save a little for it, or you can take a loan and see the interest rate. So if it's high or low, you just have to, study the market. Like you can borrow from the bank, and which if the interest is good, or there's a lot of strategy that you can utilize. You can do a little business and save. So what I just want to share is that you can really have it if you aspire, or if you really want. There's really nothing impossible. Especially there are also like properties which are always on sale. So maybe you just have to do a little research and get the price range which you can afford, because not all properties are expensive. Of course, it depends on the location. It's just, you just have to do a little research. You just need to explore, or how can I be able to get something out of it. I mean, properties is something that you can hold on to, just like if you hold on to your money in the bank. So instead of doing that, why not just, divert it into properties which can help you gain or more, if you know how to, explore and try to navigate which properties that can suit you well.
Thank you so much. Now we move on to our next segment, which is called Rapid Vichar. I will ask a couple of questions for which you will have to give quick answers.
Sure.
Okay. Since you come from a place which offers a lot of touristic attractions, what is your favorite tourist attraction? Where would you prefer to go in holiday?
I think the answer is so obvious that would be Coron.
That's not a smart answer. That's a smart way of holidaying.
Yeah. Smart holidays.
Yes. So you come from the coastal area of Zamboanga?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Finally, I got it right. What is that one thing that you would bring from your hometown to Manila?
I think the best thing that I can bring from Zamboanga to Manila is the coastal area, because in my place, in my hometown, there is a lot of fish. It's just fresh from the market. It's just like you can buy from the market and put it on your kitchen and grill it, and it's really, the freshness of it. And like here in Manila, like, the fish comes from different parts of the nearby town. So in Zamboanga, it's right there and then. There's, because the ocean is so huge, I mean, it's vast, where fishes are there. So I think that's one thing that I would like to bring to Manila, the availability of the fish here in the city.
Lovely. You speak the dialect Tagalog.
Tagalog, yeah. I speak Tagalog. Opo. Bakit po?
What does that mean?
It's a polite way of saying yes. Opo.
Ah, okay. So tell us one Tagalog phrase which people use quite often in daily life, and a meaning of it in English.
There's actually a lot of words, Tagalog words, but I think, what I can share to you, especially you're from another country, is, maybe sound like corny, or maybe sound like the usual phrase. But I think I just want to share, like, mahal kita.
How do you say how are you in Tagalog?
It's kumusta ka? Kumusta ka?
Kumusta ka?
Yeah, perfect.
And how do you say I'm good?
Mabuti po. I'm fine. Yeah. And
Thank you.
and then you'll say ikaw, like you say how about you? So you say ikaw.
Ikaw?
Then I will say mabuti rin po.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I learned some Tagalog. One word each for Zamboanga and Manila.
For Zamboanga, I would say family. For Manila, it's not one word, but it says you will not get bored in Manila. It's impossible you will get bored.
Whenever you encounter a trouble, who is your go-to person?
Of course, my mom. I can rant all the things that, that is not good in my ways, and she patiently listen, and then she will just say, it's okay, there will be another time, there will be another luck for you. It's not for you, then it's not gonna happen. So don't worry, maybe one day you will have it. Just pray and don't be sad. That's what, my mom always tells. Like, it's okay to feel like that.
Yeah. So mother is the word.
Yes.
Your favorite food?
That's going to be Zamboanga cuisine, and that's seti. It's like a soup that's red spicy soup with the rice on it, but the rice is wrapped on the coconut leaves where it is compact and it doesn't smash out. So you have to slice it like in cubes, and then you put the soup, the red soup, which is spicy. And then there's a barbecue. It's either beef or chicken, where you can eat it perfectly for breakfast or any time of the day. That's my favorite food, and that's only from Zamboanga City.
AJ, one talent that you have, nobody knows about.
So actually, I was also wondering at first, I believe and I greatly stand for, like, everyone has its unique and distinct talent or capability that someone can do. So as I was growing up, I always asked myself, what is my talent? Like, why others can sing perfectly, harmoniously, and they're earning from it. Why some people can dance graciously while I dance awfully. What is wrong? What is for me? What is there for me? So maybe I said, maybe I'm the one who has no talent. So anyways, but I still keep on going on, and at the back of my mind, I still keep on, discovering what am I, what keeps me happy to do something that I would love to do it all the time. So being a tourist myself and exploring some places internationally and locally, I found out that whenever I go to shops like antique shops or furniture shops, I feel like it's heaven for me. It's a heaven place for me. Like, I can live here all day. Like, something about these furniture shops that that I can stick whole day, going or spending my time there. So also whenever I go to spend my vacation in different parts of places, let's say in Bali, in Maldives, in Dubai, in Hanoi, anywhere, there's really this distinct style or design that they have to offer. So I was really, mesmerized. I keep on, oh my God, like, I want to do this. I want to, incorporate this, like, in my home or in my space or in my, let's say in the house. So I just tried it. I did not study interior design. I did not study, like, engineering or something. But I was given, when I bought the Honda unit, I told myself that, okay, let me design this on my own. Like, no one, like, I just need a carpenter with me, I will tell him to do this, I will tell him to add this. So that's what we did. And it was all my vision. It was all my, what I want to see in my own space. So I found out that, if I did not get the finance course, I would really definitely go to interior design. So I love it. I mean, every detail, like the wood, how you put your design there, every detail of the furniture, it's just suit like having a vacation every day. So that's what I discovered for myself. Like, I can do this and I want to do this. So I think that's interior design.
That's a great, I know it's a hobby, but it's a great interest and a talent. So, thank you, Easy. That was our rapid Vichar round. And now we move on to our last segment, which is called Vichar Chits. We have prepared a couple of questions that we would like to ask our guests before they leave us. So, this is the little board of questions. You can choose a color.
Of course, same with our clothes. So, same with the one we were wearing.
This one?
Like, what's this? Like a yellow
Well,
peach
well,
color?
okay. So, AJ, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? And why?
I think I want every people to understand each other. I think that, there's always been like misunderstandings around people. So if I have a superpower to do so and inculcate or incorporate in their hearts that, that it's easy to understand other people and easy to be on their shoe or easy to accept that, because sometimes a lot of bad negative thoughts, misunderstandings, war comes from, not understanding each other. So I think we just have to, if there's a superpower that I want to do, I want everyone else to understand each other completely. Like, you don't need to be the one on top or you're the one on the down. I mean, you just have to be have to understand each other. Like, why is he feeling like that? Sometimes because of your moods, or sometimes because of your anger maybe, or because of, what are you feeling, there's clash. So instead of creating a harmonious life together, or instead of, enjoying the stress out life, because of not understanding each other, it adds to this quality of life. So if we just or I think we just have to know everyone that we are created perfectly by God. We are perfectly created, individually distinct and unique from everyone else, and that we have to understand everyone around us. Then I think we live in such a perfect world.
That's such a noble ability, I would say. It's just so selfless, AJ. Thank you for answering the question. So that was our episode with you to share your inspiring story all the way from Manila.
Oh, thank you.
And we wish you all the luck in your upcoming ventures, at your job, and your traveling journey.
Oh, thank you so much, Rashmita, for inviting me and for allowing me to speak about myself, to share what I learned, what is my little journey, how I started, how I was able to go through it, how I overcome it. Thank you for your time, and to the rest of your team for sharing my wonderful piece of story to everyone.
Yeah. Take care. Thank you, Swan.
See you soon in the Philippines.
Yes. See you soon. That was an inspiring story of AJ Isnaji through her career, through pandemic, and from glimpse into the life and culture of Philippines. I hope you also had enjoyed our conversation. I would like to again remind subscribe to our channel and show your love to our podcast. We bring you another guest and another story in next 2 weeks. Till then, be good.
Like, share and subscribe to our channel Vichaar Vibes.